Peace, peace, peace. Shout out to everybody in the building. We're going to give it like 2 more minutes for everybody to get in here, and then we're going to get started. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. Peace, peace, peace. Shout out to everybody in the building. Oh, shout out to my first moderator, Justin March, for setting it off by gifting 1 membership. Family, whoever you are, if Justin March gifted you a membership, make sure you keep it going. Make sure you thank him and make sure you keep it going. Much appreciated, bro. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all your support. Family, make sure y'all liking the stream, y'all sharing the stream, y'all doing everything y'all can to support the stream. Hit that reaction heart, drop a comment, gifts, PayPal, super thanks, super chat, everything. Cash App, Venmo, take it all. Whole lot of ones beat a whole lot of nuns any day of the week. Any day of the week. Salute to everybody in the building. We about to get started right now. I'm about to take a little quick poll. Shoot, matter of fact, is East Coast Kev in the building? I don't know if he's in the building. East Coast Kev, are you in the building? I don't think he's in the building. So yeah. So I don't think he's in the building. But if he was in the building, we would start with the show he recommended. Revenue, are you in the building? Is Revenue in the building? Is Revenue in the building? You need to know. Drop a 1 if you're in the building. If you're not in the building, then I guess I'm going to just... Matter of fact, I think I'll just start with that. I think that make more sense. It just make more sense. Shout out to everybody in the building. All right, we're going to start it. We're going to kick it off like this. Let me give it all the shout outs real quick. Shout out to Lord of Slaughter in the building. You already know. Red, Black, and Green. Shout out to WT in the building. Thank you for the fire emojis. You already know. Shout out to the Visionary coming through. You already know. BYB. Red, Black, and Green. You already know. Shout out to Madison. Thank you for the fire emojis. You already know. Justin March. But yeah, let me get this started right now. Let me start this off proper. I didn't even know I even dropped that. Also, in the pin comment family, if you want to support with PayPal, Cash App, Super Thanks, anything like that, there you go. It's in the pin comment. Best way to support the stream. Just let me know if you want a shout out or not, and I'll give you your shout out. If you don't want a shout out, I'll just thank you, but I won't say your name or the amount or anything like that. Shout out to Justin March for coming through with the 2, setting it off with the goals. You already know. Whole lot of ones beat a whole lot of nuns, family. No amount too small that I'm not going to be appreciative for. and can't help move the needle. Shout out to AZ in the building. Yeah. What's going on with my situation? This is getting crazy. This is getting crazy. But yeah, we just gonna start. Nah, get that. It's going on too long. Shout out to everybody in the building. This is how we gonna kick it off. We gonna do this. For all you who don't know, Tariq, we covered this video before where Tariq was being real respectful to the white man, but we had cut it off because it got too sickening. Well, shout out to Revenue. He let me know that he was that later on in that video, which we didn't watch and I didn't watch, that he debated Tariq Nasheed about reparations. Not necessarily debated him, but told him about it. Matter of fact, we're gonna just get into it. Shout out to everybody in the building.
Man, the hell is he talking about? Lord. Okay, we got Tether New in here. What's up, Tether New?
Hey, what's going on, Tariq?
I'm good, Tether New. What's going on? Any anchor babies popping out in your family because of this birthright citizenship thing?
Yeah, man, it seemed like it's been a bad month for FBA. You know, Trump blocked reparations for Evanston, Illinois. I didn't hear you speak about it.
Bad month for us?
Yeah. Trump blocked reparations for Evanston.
Reparations has always been blocked, so that's why we're getting the tethers out the way. So that's not a bad month.
Oh my goodness. So reparations has always been blocked. And again, this is the proof. I'm happy. Revenue let me know about this. This is the proof. Like I was saying, the reason why they keep using reparations as a justification to attack black immigrants. What did Tariq just say? Yeah, reparations was been blocked, but that's why we getting the tethers out the way, because the tethers fault, aka the black immigrants' fault, why we can't get reparations. That's their whole grift. We can't get reparations. Reparations is being denied to us because something that the black immigrants are doing. Either it's because they're over here, it's because they're calling themselves black, it's because we didn't delineate, it's because they're trying to steal it, it's because they're trying to sabotage it. It always go back to black immigrants, no matter how you slice it. This is what I was telling people. All that reparations talk, it was never about reparations. It was just about a hook to get people to follow them and a way and a justification to attack black immigrants, which is what they was really always about. Let's keep it going.
Why you ain't speak about Trump blocking Evanston? Why you ain't speak about? I haven't heard you spoke about it.
How was this bad for us? How was this bad for foundational black Americans?
Well, you said Trump is not doing anything to hurt foundational black Americans. He blocking foundational black Americans reparations. That's not harming foundational black Americans. Trump blocking Evanston, Illinois.
That was not a real reparations package. That was some bullshit. Yeah.
See, now it's not real reparations. That's another thing. Every time somebody is actually working for reparations and you point out that, hey, FBA, if you really care about reparations, you will be working with this person. Or, hey, why you haven't been speaking about this? You talk about black immigrants all day, but you're supposed to be about reparations. All this reparation stuff is going on. Y'all not a part of it. Y'all not speaking up about it. Now you just heard what Tariq said. He called it BS. That was just some BS. That's what they did when Joe Biden was giving reparations to the black farmers. Oh, that ain't real reparations. That's some BS. Every black person ain't a farmer. So what? So how does this help black people? Every time, without fail. But somehow, some way, they still talking about the platinum plan that Trump was gonna do. That was supposed to be that was the hit. The platinum plan. You can't make this up. But let's keep it going.
Fuck that. That was some bullshit. That ain't reparations.
Oh, so you against black Americans in Evanston getting reparations? You against that?
That wasn't no reparations package. That was some kind of housing deal that they try to frame as reparations. That's not reparations at all. Block the hell out of it.
Okay, so a win like that.
That ain't a win, sir. Y'all not gonna put a bow tie on a turd and call it a goddamn suit. You know what I'm saying? No, it don't work like that. That was reparations. Y'all not gonna pull that. Y'all not gonna pull some shit out here and call it reparations, and it's like some little housing vouchers. No, that ain't reparations.
It was not no housing voucher. Not only that, of course, they giving people money on a down payment to get a new house. Because remember, the Evanston reparations was focusing on how the city of Evanston lock black people out of home ownership. So not only was it giving them money for a down payment for a house, it was also giving them cash for their pocket too. It wasn't a housing voucher. Like you trying to make it seem like this was just basically Section 8 by another name. Which was the Platinum Plan. The Platinum Plan was a different economic policy by a different name that Trump was trying to pass off as something uniquely for black people when it wasn't even for black people.
Wow, Tariq, I'm surprised you're against the black Americans in Evanston, Illinois getting their reparations and Trump stepping in to block it.
Wasn't reparations, sir. You ain't gonna spend that. That wasn't reparations. You can lie with your tether. Tethers lie.
I'm not lying. It's a fact. You just don't.
For a known lying tether. All right. You lying about something being reparations don't make it true. All right. You're a tether. You are completely against us. You ain't for no reparations. That's why you co-signing that, sir. You've been against reparations. So anything you're for, against, you're a lying, scamming tether. That's why pick up some bullshit, because you know it was bullshit, sir. If it was really reparations, you'd be against it.
No, I'm for black Americans getting their reparations, whether it's on a state
tether revenue. You're not for us doing anything. You try your best to undermine us, and you want to undermine us, but you can't, sir, because we've delineated from you.
Look, again, the nonsense. Oh, so anything that the quote unquote tethers are for, we against. It's the same thing they did with HR 40. Remember, they was arguing the Congressional Black Caucus down to support HR 40 until they found out Sheila Jackson Lee was the one who was sponsoring it. And on top of that, she cooked Yvette Carnell and ADOS on Joy Reid's show. I think I still got that clip somewhere when she got cooked. And then after that, oh, we against HR 40. HR 40 ain't no good. HR 40 is nonsense. That's the other play. Anytime you see real reparations going on and you see like a black immigrant is for it, that's the way to attack it. Like, well, it can't be really for black people because you got black immigrants co-signing it. See? This is it. That's the other way to sabotage actual reparations. Shout out to That's Amazing in the building for coming through with the 5. Exactly. I was just about to mention that. If you notice, the California reparations thing, which FBA and them didn't start, but they was able to co-opt it and take it over, didn't have no money for black people. In fact, the only people who were going to get paid if the California reparations things went through was the people from FBA who was working there. Because remember, the whole point was to create a bureau, more government bureaucracy, where you would have a bunch of FBA bozos sitting around all day making 6 figures to talk about reparations, to come up with plans for reparations, to do studies about reparations. And if any money was ever to be paid, it was their job to dish it out. That was what they was talking about as reparations for black people. You can't make this up. Imagine thinking that was reparations. Imagine somebody thinking that was real reparations. No, only people who was going to get paid is the FBA bozos who worked on it. They was going to get a job with the state of California and make 6 figures. Probably make it $250,000 a year, $500,000 a year. To do what? Sit around and study reparations, about how California can do reparations for black people. That's what they was doing. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Shout out to you again. That's amazing for coming through with the 5. Let me see. Who is this? I just clicked on somebody by mistake. Of course, there's a bunch of Of course, there's a bunch of people pretending to be black. It's a lot of digital blackface going on with this FBA stuff. Don't get that twisted. Are you trolling? Let me know so I can block you now. Exactly. They always say it was just a study, but they wanted to do the California reparations thingy, which would have just created a whole Freedmen's Bureau where all they do is sit around and get paid to study reparations.
and you're very frustrated, right?
I'm not mad about. I support Black Americans getting their reparations. Like I said, Pan Africans been leading the reparations movement since Queen Mother Moore. She's a Pan African. You know, the Republic.
Being a foundational Black American, yeah, she's foundational Black American.
She's not.
She's a Pan African. The Republic of New Africa, who led one of.
Anybody a Pan-African. Queen Mother Moore never said she was a Pan-African. Y'all say y'all want everybody to be a damn Pan.
So now they didn't say they was Pan-Africanists. All right, cool. Tariq is just a liar. He's just a bozo. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Let me see. Behind the seal, reparations is not unconstitutional. It will be voted ruled non-constitutional when it gets to the Supreme Court. That's a fact, but it is not unconstitutional. And the Democrats do not dangle reparations in front of Black people every election. That is not true. That is not true. But let's keep going. Let's keep this going. Of course, it's hate speech. Kadash. I hope I'm saying your name right. Kadash. Yeah, of course it's hate speech. Of course. Matter of fact, that's probably why he's even using his other channel, because he getting been flagged so much, he got to use the ism channel. But yeah, let's keep it going. How is reparations unconstitutional? Explain. But let's keep it going. Shout out to Lorenzo in the building. Exactly, Justin March. More projection. You see? They only did one rally, and Tariq only did it to get paid. That's it.
And African. Y'all want to slap the word African on everybody so that you can go benefit off of it. We don't do that. Grinds TV, hop on, sir.
No, she's a self-proclaimed Garveyite. She's a Pan-African.
Hey, calm down. Is your name Grinds, fam? Calm down and go back on mute. What's up, Tariq? How you doing? Happy birthday.
Exactly. How are you a Garveyite, but you're not a Pan-Africanist? Like, Tariq just be saying anything.
To you.
Thank you so much, Brother Grinds. Go ahead.
Yeah, so as far as this Evanston reparations thing, so there's a step further that they did go as far as like trying to do more on top of what they did a few years ago. But here's the thing. While they're trying to say, well, in Trump's America and he blocked it and all that, actually under Biden's administration, certain white supremacists, suspected white supremacist organizations and firms were targeting any and every program that could potentially help and aid Black Americans. So a couple of years ago, Judge Mathis had did a video.
What does that have to do with the Democrats? See, the Trump administration is currently working together with those said people you just mentioned. Remember, the people he was referring to is Ed Blum. Never once did the Biden administration say, let's join forces with Ed Blum to stop Black people from getting stuff. Never once did that happen. But somehow you're mentioning the Biden administration. Now, Trump is in office working with those people to stop Black people from getting stuff. But somehow you're going to use this to blame Black immigrants in the Biden administration. Biden never worked with that. Like, so what that it started under the Biden administration? Anybody can sue for anything. I could sue right now under the Trump administration. Does that mean the Trump administration is co-signing my suing? No. Did Biden co-sign what Ed Blum and them was doing? No. In fact, Ed Blum and them was suing Biden to stop the reparations for the Black farmers. Shout out to Fred Mayo the Great. Yes, Tariq is a clown. This is just babble. And the funny part is, what this dude is saying right now, he's basically saying that the Evanston reparations was a good thing. It's just that under the Biden administration, racist people were attacking it. So which one is it? Was that reparations a good thing or was it a bad thing? Was it real reparations or was it not reparations? Which one? And if it's starting under Biden was such a bad thing, and we can blame Biden and the Democrats because it started under them, even though they didn't have nothing to do with it, how come we can't blame Trump, who is now co-signing it and working to help bring it to fruition? Doesn't make sense.
On IG, and I actually posted it on this app as well, where he said that there was some type of program that was supposed to help like minority businesses get up off the ground and all that in Texas, and those firms and organizations targeted that and got that overturned to work because, you know, of course they're going after anything race-based because that's unconstitutional.
Right.
So all of a sudden, so after that, then they started targeting other things that could potentially help Black people, even in the area of reparations. And the next thing that was on the list was Evanston. So those housing vouchers and all that stuff that happened for Evanston, they were targeting them. And the reason why I brought up the administrations is because of the fact that Judge Mathis, when he announced that, he said that there was nothing that administration was doing to try to fight against that. So
what was they supposed to do? What is the Biden? How do you even know the Biden administration was even aware of this, of those other lawsuits that they was doing, all those little lawsuits? Second, what were they going to do to fight against it? What were the Biden administration going to do to fight against somebody filing a lawsuit? How could they stop it? Talking about, I brought them up because they didn't do nothing to try to fight against it. Well, Trump is fighting for it. Like, this is what I go back to my point. When they say, the Democrats never did nothing for us. Let's say, for example, that was true. I'd rather deal with somebody who's not going to do nothing for me than deal with somebody who is actively going to try to hurt me. Again, let's go over this again. According to this bozo, the Democratic Party is bad because they didn't do nothing to try to stop these lawsuits, right? Right? Correct. But somehow the Trump administration gets a pass, even though they are trying to work with people to do these lawsuits. You can't make this up, bro. Y'all can't make this up. Ridiculous. And mind you, Tariq just said that wasn't real reparations and he's against it. But this guy is saying it was and he's co-signing it. But he's just attacking the Democrats. Also, that's y'all fault. The reason all these lawsuits is going through is because of what? Hillary Clinton lost in 2016. Trump was able to turn the Supreme Court 6-3 conservative. So now they filing all these frivolous lawsuits, knowing that it's a good chance they just going to win off GP, no matter how ridiculous the lawsuit is, because all they need is 5 of the 6 conservatives to say, yeah, we jacking that, and then they win. So whose fault is this really? Whose fault is this really? Is this the Democrats? Or is this all you FBA bozos was telling people not to vote? Who fault is it really? Also, yes, and they got an even stronger case because now the Justice Department is working with them. Because why? Because Trump won. So whose fault is this? Shout out to everybody in the building. And also, yeah, Rockwell, you are right. You are right. They were suing to stop them Black farmers. Shout out to Jackie in the building. Good evening. Oh, shout out to RBG for the win. Good evening, all. Like, yeah, let's keep going. Can't like for real.
If you're gonna tell the story, you got to tell the whole thing.
There you go. There you go. Thank you so much for putting the context in there, Grinds.
I'm telling what happened.
Context just debunked you, Tariq. You just said it wasn't real reparations. Your man just said it was. On top of that, who cares? It doesn't matter. Like, again, you're saying the proper context is Joe Biden didn't try to stop these people. Okay, Joe Biden didn't try to stop them. How is that worse than Trump actually working with them? Because remember, Tariq, you have already acknowledged, and you do acknowledge through omission, that Trump is in fact working with those white nationalists to stop it. Can't make this up.
Happened. The white residents of Evanston, they petitioned a lawsuit against the Black resident, and then Donald Trump came in and he blocked the payment, the $35,000 payment, and he sided with the white residents. The federal government now is suing Evanston over that. So please don't act like I misrepresent and throw it on Democrats. It's Trump that did that. It was
because it was race-based. So yeah, when you just make it race-based, it's going to be shut down. You got to make all this stuff lineage-based, sir.
Mind you, that whole nonsense about lineage-based is nonsense. The Supreme Court already basically ruled on this twice. Because remember, those white people that were suing said they see lineage as a proxy for race, and the Supreme Court concurred. Any lineage talks is just a proxy for race. How stupid can you be? Like, again, this go back to the nonsense I told people before with this whole lineage-based nonsense talk. Like, bro, one, lineage is your bloodline. It ain't got nothing to do with no ethnicity. Ethnicity and lineage is not interchangeable terms. Two, you open the door for white people to get reparations, because all a white person got to do is claim that they got they got a black relative to the 18th power somewhere, and that's their lineage. So yeah, they got the bloodline. That's the lineage. Something Sandy Darity also concurred with when I said that. He said that's correct. Third, ultimately, the people who are targeting these things know who they are targeting. That's like if I'm targeting you and I'm telling somebody, get the guy in the red shirt, and you think, well, the issue is not me. They don't want me. They just want the red shirt. So if I take the red shirt off and put a blue shirt on, I'm good. That's what it is. That's what all this name changing and lineage and delineation talk is really saying. Oh, the problem is we wearing a red shirt. If we just take the red shirt off and put the blue shirt on, we'll be fine. No, the people who are targeting you are targeting you. They just using the red shirt to describe you. You take the red shirt off and now you in a blue shirt. They're gonna be like, all right, he took the red shirt off. He got a blue shirt on now. Get him. That's the same thing with the lineage talk. They already argued this in court. They see lineage as a proxy for race. They already said that, and the Supreme Court has already ruled in favor of that. Any talk of lineage is a proxy for race. So they even shut y'all down. They heard y'all talking that lineage stupidness, and they said, all right, well, we're just going to just say we see lineage as a proxy for race. And the courts, again, concurred with that. So anything that was quote-unquote lineage-based was going to get shut down regardless, too. You can't make this up. And the reparations is racial based because the discrimination was racially based. They was discriminating against black people. And even when they reworded it to say, well, if we not making it race based, because that's another thing. They reworded it to make it not race based. They said if you meet these criteria, you can get reparations. But it turns out the only people who meet that criteria are black people. Like, you can't be like you're a total dweeb.
It is not race based. It's based on who could prove the harm. It has nothing to do with race.
Oh, shout out to Revenue. Again, I didn't watch it. He's correct. It's got to do with proving harm. They got a list of harm. And it's the only people who can meet that whole list is black people. So it's not even about race. If you're being technically speaking, it's not about race, but they still going about after it because they know who is going to benefit. Like I said with the shirt situation, you can rename it, remix it, change criteria however you want. As long as they know that this is going to help black people, they on it. They on it. That's it.
It's for the people that could prove the harm of redlining and mass discrimination. That's who the reparations for Evanston was. And those people,
it was race-based though. They made it race-based. In order for that to work, it has to be lineage-based. They didn't make it lineage-based. That's the problem. That's why we stand on lineage business, sir. We know how to do this. We know how these things going to get shut down, and they know it's going to get shut down if they make it race-based.
Right, but Tariq, if FBA is about reparations, why didn't you at least speak about it? Why didn't you at least address to say, hey, let me address.
Wait, Revenue, you got it wrong. You wasn't supposed to say right because Tariq was not right. He was wrong. He was definitely wrong. He was definitely wrong. Oh, shout out to Monty Burner for coming through with the gifts. Much appreciated. Salute to you, bro. Thank you for sending the gifts. Everybody, make sure y'all shouting out the people who supporting the stream. Make sure y'all shouting them out. And make sure you shout yourself out if you send a gift, because again, I can't see it on this monitor. I gotta look over to the other one to see it. But shout out to you though. Now I only got one monitor. I'm doing like kind of gotta look somewhere else. But yeah, let's just keep it going.
Guys, Trump blocking our reparation base.
And I've talked about Evanston years ago. I've talked about the finesse with those little housing vouchers. I've already talked about that, sir. And your arguments are in bad faith. You keep trying to spin it on Trump. Who gives a shit? All right.
I mean, you said because you said Trump.
Okay, god damn. Get the hell out of here. Bad faith ass arguments. All right. Let me see. OJ Garrett, what do you got to say, man? You just trolling for attention at this point. OJ Garrett, what do you want?
No, I had a quick question, Tariq.
Yeah,
What do you
Of course he cut off revenue. Of course he cut him off. You can't make this up. Like I said, like this bozo, this dude Tariq is a total bozo. Anybody who following him is a bozo. Like you can't make this up at all.
think about the Alex murder? He got his murder conviction overturned.
Alex?
Yeah, Alex murder. He was sentenced by a FBA judge, but now they gave him a new trial.
I have no idea who you're talking about, so I can't speak on it, sir. And that's real random. Why would you bring that up? That's extremely random. What does that have to do with anything?
It just shows that, you all have no power.
What? How does that some random case transfer to we don't have power? I don't even know about the case. It's a random case. You want us to not have power. You want us to be you. See, these tethers are so jealous. Y'all want us to be you, powerless, running and fleeing. That's you projecting. You want us to be you so bad, and we're not, sir. I don't even know about that case. You don't have no power, sir. You over here with your bushmeat and peppercorn laying up under us, utilizing the damn 14th Amendment, sir. You don't have any power. You're a fleeing failed tether. And y'all want people to be
like, this is nonsense. Again, he's pointing out something with this case. I know this case. I forgot. I think that guy killed the cop. That was somebody who killed the black person or something like that. Something that was racial. He's pointing that out, and he's right and rightfully so to do so. And Tariq is just, again, he can't answer, so he's gonna immediately go xenophobic. That's all he can do. That's all Tariq can do. Go xenophobic.
failed tethers with you, and we're not, sir. That's where all that jealousy and resentment is coming from. Ezra?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Ezra. How are you?
Good evening. I just wanted to say big ups to Justice Clarence Thomas
Yeah.
for actually, even though we wasn't able to stop birthright citizenship, we actually got Clarence Thompson, another FBA brother, standing up on the right side of history, giving us our voice. And so I wanted to give him his props. And now all the Democrats.
Mind you, Clarence Thomas has done more to hurt black people than any other politician in American history. I mean, not politician, any other black person in American history. Any other person in American history. Any other. But they shouting him out because he was trying to ride with Trump to get rid of birthright citizenship, which would have hurted black people also. Shout out to you, RBG, for the win. Yeah, we know it's not a random case. I forgot the specifics, but it's not a random case. Not a random case at all. Exactly. Tomato. Let's keep going.
And all the left wing liberals are trying to say, let's vote this man out of office. But I would like.
No. What happened, Ezra? I don't know what happened, Ezra. We'll get you back in a minute. Ermias?
Hello.
What's up, Ermias?
How are you?
I'm good, Ermias. What you, Ethiopia, Somali? Where you from?
Ethiopian.
Ethiopian, man. You in Minnesota?
Nah.
Ohio?
I spoke to you before. I'm in Australia.
Oh, okay. There you go. What's on your mind?
Yeah. I came on because I was listening to Godfrey's podcast. I also saw clips of it that you had taken, and you've been listening to some of the things that have been going on there. Would you consider going on his podcast to sort of represent your lineage?
I don't know, because I'm not really doing interviews like that right now. So, I say what I have to, I say what I have to say on my spot. And shout out, I'm cool. I'm cool.
That's all right.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't.
Also,
You go ahead, brother.
oh yeah. Also, I want to say, I remember you was talking about the World Cup earlier. Have you heard of you got this one British dude named Balogun? He's very good. And also, there's another great goalkeeper from the US. I'm pretty sure he's FBA. His name's Tim Howard, and he was like back in 2014. He was one of the best goalkeepers ever.
Okay, yeah, we don't. I speak for me. I don't really watch that shit. To me, I'm not a World Cup fan. I'm out here. I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma right now, and there's a World. People are going to stadiums to watch it on a screen, and a car full of Mexicans almost hit me. They were.
Oh my God, we have to get off this. I don't see no more value in listening to this nonsense. But anyway, that's good. That's good. But matter of fact, let's move on, family. I saw this. I didn't even watch the whole clip. I just saw a piece of it, and I felt like I needed to talk about it. I just felt like I needed to talk about it. So we're gonna watch the whole thing together. Shout out to everybody in the building. This is Umar Johnson, the bozo, having a conversation with somebody about what? About whether black immigrants are black or something like that. I don't even know. I just heard some nonsense, and I wasn't feeling his response. So yeah, let's get into it. Shout out to everybody in the building.
From the Caribbean, they're not black, but now they're hearing that reparations is a possibility. They want to be black now.
I would argue they are black.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue they are African,
but they're not. Prior to that, they say I'm not black. You get what I'm saying?
I understand. Okay.
From the Caribbean, they're not black, but now they're.
All right, that was the clip. Matter of fact, I'm about to play it again. Shout out to Tina in the building. Tina, thank you for your super thanks. I saw it on that other video you gave. I was waiting for you to come in the building so I can make sure I shout you out properly. Thank you for that $1.99. Whole lot of ones beat a whole lot of nuns any day of the week. Make sure y'all give it up for Tina. But yeah, let's watch that one more time. Let's watch this one more time before we get into this. Matter of fact, can I click on that? No. All right, this thing got all these many views and stuff. Ridiculous. And it's old too. This is old. I didn't even know it was this old. It just came up to me. But yeah, let's play it.
They're hearing that reparations is a possibility. They want to be black now.
I would argue they are black.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue they are African,
but they're not. Prior to that, they say I'm not black. You get what I'm saying?
I understand. Okay.
From the Caribbean.
So now we got the context. One, because I saw this and I'm like, and I heard Umar, like, well, I would argue they are black. I felt like that was a bozo response. Like it ain't no arguing. It's they are black, period. But I can see the reason why I'm like, oh, Umar trying to get back to the Pan-Africanist side after going like FBA. No, this is old. Because I'm pretty sure if somebody was to ask Umar this question now, he would be like, yeah, they not black. They not black. They not black at all. Family, let me just make this clear. So everybody who's hearing, people from the Caribbean who got an African ancestry are black. Period. That's how that go. It's nothing else to talk about. It's nothing else to argue about. They are black. This nonsense that they don't call themselves black, and they only started to call themselves black because they're trying to steal our reparations. You see, I'm not lying when I say all this talk about and all this anti-black immigrant talk always go back to something that got to do with reparations. Reparations that is not coming, that is not on the table. That was the hook. That was the hook. That is how these bozos justify all this nonsense that they say. Reparations. Again, reparations that is not coming and it is not here. You literally cannot make this stuff up. It's like my brain. Like how does somebody say this? And the funny part about this also, black is a racial term. First and foremost, always been a racial term. How could they not be black? Even if you bumped into a Caribbean person who said they not black. One, they mean I'm not black because I'm from New York, so I know Caribbean people. When they say they're not black, they mean it as in they not a native black American. That's what they mean. They don't mean they're not black racially. And that never mean that they can't call themselves black. Like somebody would be like, well, I'm half black and half Jamaican. What does that mean? They trying to say that their black side is African American, but they are still black. They are still racially black. And again, the American identity is first and foremost racial. Whether they accept that or not, they are black. You can't say that they're not black because they don't want to say that they black. Biracials don't want to say that they black, but I will argue biracials down that they black. Like we just saw what happened with Talia. Talia says she colored. That's exactly what she is in her country. That was a big scandal. Basically bullied her into saying she was black. Well, now Talia know when she come to America, she must say she black, because if she don't, she's going to get attacked. So you can't say, well, oh, I heard people from the Caribbean. Mind you, this bozo probably never even heard nobody from the Caribbean say that he wasn't black. That's just something he repeating that he heard on the internet. He heard that on the internet. He heard people saying it on the internet and he's repeating it. He's just repeating it. No truth to it, no nothing. Like, matter of fact, I think I want to find this, because the funny part about it is the reason why we call ourselves black people in America, is because of Kwame Ture, formerly known as Stokely Carmichael. That's why we call ourselves black in this country. That's the reason we don't call ourselves Negro no more. Like, that's the reason why we even see Negro as something bad. And one of the ways we even got to African American. Remember, back in the days, people would be like, if you call somebody black, they would look at you like you was crazy. That was an insult. Those was fighting words. I'm not black. I'm a Negro. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that. Let me see. Let me see if I can find that for the edification of the people. Let me see if I can find that for the edification of the people, because I didn't even know they was even going to do all that. See if I can find that statement. Let me see if I can find this. Let me see if I can find this. Where is that speech? Where is that speech? If I can't find it, I'll probably know what I'll do. I'll download it. And I'll put it. And when I make this like a clip, I'll download it and put the speech next to it. Somebody probably flagged it down. There's no reason why I can't find it. There's no reason why I can't find it right here and right now. It should easily come up. It should easily come up. But bear with me, family, because I really want to just show you. I want to go over that live. I want to go over that live. I want to go over that live. No, the problem is because I'm putting in Kwame Ture. Maybe the person who uploaded it probably got his name as Stokely Carmichael. That's probably why it's not coming up. The hell he got his name as Stokely Carmichael. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let me see. Stokely Carmichael. Black. How we gotta go? Let me see. Let me see. Negro, Black, South African. Oh, I can't find it. I can't find it. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't find it. It should. In fact, I think this is it right here. In fact, where is that address? Yeah, we can't hold the stream up no more. Sorry, y'all. I'll find it next time. I should have. I think I got it saved somewhere, but I can't find it on the YouTube. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. Yeah, I wanted to get off. We're gonna get off this. I'll just upload the speech separately. Let's go on to something else. Speaking of that, this is a video that just popped up on my thing. I don't know who this person is. I don't know what they represent. I just know they on FBA timing, so we're gonna just get into that like this. So shout out to everybody in the building. Let's go.
question, we are all Black Americans. I am from Detroit, Motown. So you can watch Tootsie your monkey ass back to Africa if you want to.
So we see more Black Americans talking about delineating, but I'm going to be...
Why would you play that clip? You know, that dude was the bad guy in the movie, right? And at the end of the movie, he saw the light. You can't make this up, man. You can't.
Diving deep into why Black Americans want to delineate. We know that Nigerians are distinctly different. Delineation is just clearly distinguishing one group from another through history, culture, ancestry, ethnicity, and political identity.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's that. See, Motley Bailey fallacy. They doing it already. If that was all quote unquote delineation was, then there would be no issue, especially with Black immigrants, because a lot of Black immigrants already see Native Black Americans as their own separate and distinct people. They already see them as their own separate and distinct people. So, like, that's documented. That's known. People who study this issue for a living will tell you that. So if that's all y'all was doing, your greatest natural ally would be Black immigrants. But somehow that's your biggest enemy, because that's not what you're really about. But let's keep it going.
Different history means having different political interests, identities, and policy needs. And those are the exact reasons why foreigners should not be elected into political spaces. We know that Nigerians are distinctly different from Ghanaians. Jamaicans are distinct from Haitians. Puerto Rican.
So foreigners shouldn't be elected. What do you mean foreigners shouldn't be elected? If they're American citizens and they run for office, they should be elected. And they win, they should be elected. Like, y'all keep talking like y'all got your own country. This is what I keep saying with the FBA stuff. This is why they keep saying the things that they saying. Y'all trying to be super duper ethno-nationalists, but you got no country. Like, work on getting some land first before you can talk like that. But we're going to keep it going.
Is distinct from Dominicans, etc. Therefore, Black Americans should be recognized as their own ethnic group with no problem.
I also don't say African Americans. I find it cumbersome and confusing. Which part of Africa are we talking about? Egypt? Egypt is in Africa, but Egyptians aren't Black. They're like the people in India. They're dark brown white people, but they're African.
See, you playing this white man. I forgot his name. He was a comedian. I knew somebody who loved him and who listened to like all his old stuff all the time, because I think he passed away. He's confused. He's confused. He don't got no say so in what we call ourselves. Remember, we named ourselves African American. Why? Because we are Africans in America. Just like you got Chinese Americans, we are African Americans. And why? Because we are the totality of Africa. We don't know exactly what part of Africa we came from. And on top of that, we have had people from Africa, and other people from the Caribbean, Latin America of African descent move to America. Remember, that's a racial term. African is racial. It is racial. That's one of the reasons why it got switched to Black Americans. Because, like, all right, y'all confused because y'all getting confused between the geography. Well, we're going to say Black. That's why we're going to say Black. Now you can't be confused. It's a racial term. Always has been. It's not confusing. It's not that hard. Oh, why y'all call yourself African? You're not from Africa. Or what part of Africa? African American. It's a racial term. That's it. No confusion. If you Black, you in America, you are African American. The end. Over. It's not confusion at all. A lot of people pretend that it was confusing because a lot of white people, by the way, pretending that it was confusing because they didn't like Black people connecting back to Africa. They want you to be super duper flag waving American while you never got to be fully American. That's why you had that white man, I think it was a white dude, who told Malcolm X, like, oh, why are you talking this African stuff? You got more in common with Billy down the street than you got with any African. Done heard plenty of white people say stuff like that. And that's nonsense. Mind you, a white man had the nerve to tell Malcolm X that when at a time where a Black person could be killed just for being Black. Just because a white person wanted to kill him. Just for being in the wrong town after the sun went down. For talking back to a white person. For being accused of doing a crime against a white person. We not the same. Nonsense.
An Egyptian who becomes a U.S. citizen be called an African American. The same would apply to South Africa. Suppose a white racist from South Africa becomes an American citizen. Couldn't he call himself an African American?
No, he couldn't. See, this is the problem again. I'm not gonna keep stopping it too much, but no, he could not. He could not. This is like when people was trying to joke online that FBA bozos took serious that Elon Musk is an African American. He is not an African American. Remember when Vlad, of all people, somebody who I want to get down on, of all people, had to correct Tariq, and Tariq dumbass doubled down on it. Matter of fact, we gonna find that. For the edification of the people, we gonna find that. I'm gonna let this play.
If for no other reason than just to bother black people. And what about a black person born in South Africa who becomes an American citizen? Is he an African American or is he a South African American? Or is he simply a South African American African American? You know, it's just so much more tedious liberal labeling.
Now, why are we seeing more of these conversations happening now? Keep in mind that these conversations,
again, attacking liberals. You see how people love to attack liberals for doing what black people want them to do? Is again horseshoe theory on that. Black people want something, the white liberal roll with it, the white lefty and the white conservative always got a problem with it. Always got a problem with it. And also the non-black, non-white immigrant also. That's like the dark triad of anti-blackness right there. Can't make this up.
have existed for decades, but the 2016 presidential election further fueled reparation discussions. We noticed how the data presented was grouping everyone together as black, and this is how titles like ADOS and FBA became popularized, motivating more conversations around delineation. Watch my Who Are Black Americans and Who Manufactured Modern Black America video to dive deeper into true Black American history. Further conversations are being had about reparations in hopes of those who are descendants of chattel slavery in the U.S. being compensated, not classified by race, but by the ancestors tied to U.S. chattel slavery. I talked about all of this in my reparations video.
Reparations is not based on race. It's based on status. A black person who comes here.
Oh, they're using Marcel Dick Boy. Well, he doesn't know what he's talking about, by the way. Reparations is for anybody who would qualify for it. And it depends on what type of reparations. Remember, HR 40 is about giving reparations to black people for all the stuff that black people was experiencing in this country. Remember, before they took over the California Reparations Task Force, they recognized that there was two groups of black people. They said black immigrants who have also suffered discrimination, but has not suffered as much discrimination because they have just come to the country, they should get $100,000 a person. While people who are Native Black Americans should get $300,000 a person. Like even in HR 40, they got the word "and" in it, recognizing that there's two groups and there's two levels of reparations going on. But they don't know this because they're not intelligent. They are stupid. You can't make this up. But we're going to keep it going.
From Nigeria or Jamaica or Brazil, they're not owed a penny from America. They chose to come here. We are talking about the people who are freedmen, the descendants of people emancipated by this country. We still know those people because you are one of those people. I am one of those people. A lot of those people here in the audience, I just told you I could break down my genealogy. My dear Nana was 101 when she died. My great-grandfather just died 3 weeks ago. He was 100. He remembers fighting alongside white veterans in World War II. He remembers coming back.
Look, they love the white man meat. Why are you even bringing that up? Love the white man meat. Love the white man meat. McKinsley, that's because he's a blade. For all you don't know, Marcel Dixon is playing for the pink team. He playing for the pink team. That's what that's about. He playing for the pink team. It's a lot of these FBA bozos. You know, Tariq is but Boosie and punk is his favorite word. A lot of his people playing for that team. What you mean? See, this is a game again. It depends on what you're talking about reparations. This is why the reparations conversation was so far removed from the FBA bozos and the ADOS bozos. When they said reparations, people were talking about reparations not just for slavery, Jim Crow, Black Code, redlining, mass incarceration, police terrorism, All these things. That's what when they say reparations, they talking about all these things. It's not just about slavery. If your reparations project is just about slavery, then yes, then it makes sense to say, well, this is only for the descendants of enslaved Africans in the U.S. But when most people talk about reparations, like in Cobra, reparations organizations, it is about reparations for the totality of all the bad stuff Black people have ever experienced. And I don't know if people don't know this, Black immigrants experienced some of that too. Like there were Black immigrants who suffered under Jim Crow. There were Black immigrants who suffered under Jim Crow. I don't know if people understand that, know that. But shout out to you. For that, I just moved your name away. But shout out to you though.
And seeing his white veterans get homes and lands and pension, and the door being slammed in his face. And we are going to say that America that says liberty and justice for all, that's okay, get over it, keep it moving, while we have to hear never forget for everyone else's tragedy.
Now, why is the delineation conversation so important? All Blacks being grouped together causes hidden differences. Different ethnicities have different socioeconomic outcomes, household wealth, educational attainment, health, etc.
This is true. This is one of the disconnects I feel is like real heavy between Black immigrants in America, Black immigrants and Black Americans. They were very highly selective about Black immigrants that they would bring to America. So they mainly come from upper echelon families and creme de la.
I thought all Black immigrants was fleers. You see how they switch their nonsense when they try to say, oh, because again, that's something that we also seen before. You FBA bozos try to compare yourself to Black immigrants in America, and then when you compare, and then y'all losing and y'all looking bad, what do you got to fall back on? Oh, they are elites. It's not fair to compare us. Mind you, actual people who study this issue were saying that already. Because remember, that whole comparing Black immigrants to the native Black Americans, that was started by white supremacists. That was their way of saying, look, racism isn't real. Look how good these Nigerians are doing. Look, racism isn't real. Look how good these West Indians are doing. Look how good these Haitians is doing. That was white people who started that talking point. And actual smart people pointed out that, no, that's an illegitimate comparison. Mind you, you bozos started making the comparison. And I was telling y'all, that's an illegitimate comparison. And then when y'all started making comparison, and then people started showing y'all not getting it done like y'all think y'all are, then y'all try to fall back on that. But it's too late. That's like if I say to somebody, oh, somebody come to me and say, let's have a bet about whether an all-star team could beat a regular season team in a 7-game series. I said, bro, that's illegitimate. You can't compare an all-star team to a regular season team, no matter how good they are. And you said, I want to take that bet. And I say, all right, fine, we take the bet. The all-star team blows out the regular season team. They sweep them 4-0. Now it's time to pay up. Now you crying about, well, it wasn't legitimate. It wasn't legitimate. You took the bet. You made it legitimate. You FBA bozos can't make this argument no more. Y'all was the ones who wanted to compare people. We told you not to. You wanted to do it. So now this whole, oh, they're elites. They're elites. We don't care about that. Handle your business. Show us that FBA standing on business.
Crimes of their home countries. And of course, that's a caste system. Classism is a caste system. They felt that the privilege they received there, the notoriety they received there, would transfer to America. But it doesn't work that way here. If anything, it works in a way that they have never seen before, that they were not prepared for. There's racism we all experience, right? And overhead racism. Then there is racism that the lower class experiences, that the middle class experiences, and that the upper echelon experiences. Those are all three different types of freaking racism. Being a Black American that is from like an upper middle class family, but traveling, because the middle is very important. Middle class Black Americans are super important because we travel between all classes. Our social groups can include people from all different socioeconomic statuses, whether it's above us or below us. Black immigrants made it a point to stay away from Black Americans because they were assimilating into the white supremacy, and they figured, okay, as long as I stay away from Black Americans, I'll be fine.
So why do you FBA bozos keep crying? And y'all, if y'all delineate it, y'all delineate it. It's over. So if they keeping themselves separate from y'all, there's no even reason to even say delineation. They separated. Y'all not together. So what's the point of this? What's the point of all this nonsense delineation? Matter of fact, I just found the clip. I think I found it. We're gonna play this real quick. Going back to that point. Let's get to this. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure my audio is good. Let's play this.
Term African American is a misnomer. Elon Musk is an African American.
Right.
You know?
South African American.
Yeah, but African American still. Term African American is a misnomer. Elon Musk is an African American.
Right.
You know?
South African American.
Yeah, but African American still. Term.
Look, you see, even Vlad tried to save Tariq from his own stupidity by saying South. Like, to be clear, when you say African American, you mean South African American, right? And Tariq doubled down on it like a dummy. Like a dummy. Again, people who try to pretend like they don't understand what African American mean. Those were mainly racist white people doing that to act like they confused. Like, it don't take much to explain that concept. And it's self-explanatory anyway. African American, people who descend from Africa. We talking about people who are black. Africa is a black continent. We're not talking about nobody who came there, who immigrated there, who invaded there, who happens to still live here. They understand that concept. Because if you try to call somebody who's black, who lives in Europe, a black European or something like that, they'll argue down that they can't really be European because they not white. But now they confused when we talking about Africa. Nonsense. I'm happy I got to play that. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's get back to this other stuff. Happy I found this video.
When no, things will affect you because there's racism, and here you are black. But then not only are you black, you're black dealing with all of the nuances, hidden nuances and ins and outs of what we deal with. They convinced themselves that the only black Americans who exist in this country exist in a lower caste system, when that's actually the minority of the overall black American population. So majority of us are middle, a small percentage are upper echelons. We would have told them, if they had interacted with us, that the clears hate you more for being black with success than they hate you for being black without it.
We have to combat cultural erasure by preserving Black American dialect, cuisine, music, traditions, and family names that were developed through centuries in the U.S.
Black Americans have been...
They said they preserving the culture. How you preserving the culture and you don't even know the culture? You don't even know the culture.
Experiencing a paper genocide.
Again, a term they got from white people. We already know about this. That's what I said. This FBA stuff is 2010s alt-right white boy stuff. I'm not racist. I'm just a realist. Oh, there's white genocide. Where all the white people are dying. Well, if you look up the definition of genocide in the UN, they talk about how cultural genocide is a form of genocide no different than killing people. So white culture is being erased because it's being made too black. So yeah, we're being genocided. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I don't know what they talking about, one mighty and strong. Let me look at some of these comments. Shout out to everybody in the building. Oh, shout out to Fahim in the building. Yes. Like a duh. That's why even Vlad tried to correct him. And this bozo just was like, he's still doubling down on it. Tariq don't know anything. He just know more than his audience. That's it. Shout out to Lord of Slaughter in the building. Yes, they attack you regardless. You assimilate it. You try to assimilate. They accuse you of being a cosplayer. You try to distance yourself from people. Oh, you're distancing yourself from us. You don't really like us. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's what I told people. It makes no sense to even try to pay any attention to these people. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Also, yeah, shout out to you. They always talk about they delineating, but they worried so much about what's going on in the Caribbean. They worrying about so much what's going on with people from the Caribbean, what people from Africa doing, all this other nonsense. It can't stop. But we gonna keep it going.
been going on in legislation, documentation, immigration. It is the intentional erasure of Black American history and Black American culture. So I don't say this lightly. I know those are strong words, but the upset and the uproar by quote unquote foundational Black Americans is because they understand we going out for Palestine, we're going out for all these other injustices. But here at home, we are experiencing a paper genocide. And we
look at that. Imagine comparing a quote unquote paper genocide to what's going on in Palestine and going on in other parts of the world. This is white nationalism 101.
have to come together, make sure that doesn't happen. I heard many prophets say on TikTok, Trump was going to bring back righteousness, and everybody mocked those prophets. But the righteousness is that people are waking up to the truth.
Trump was going to bring back righteousness. You heard prophets on the internet say that. Oh my God. Oh my God. You can't make this up. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
We also have to ensure that policies target descendants directly harmed by slavery, Black codes, Jim Crow, redlining, and discriminatory federal policy. So this means
all those policies you named also affected Black immigrants. See, this is what happened when you're dealing with an uneducated group of people. All those policies she just named also affected Black immigrants. That's why some of our strongest fighters in rectifying those injustices were Black immigrants. Like the civil rights movement, as we know it, could not have happened without Black immigrants. It couldn't. Matter of fact, we're not even dealing with counterfactuals. We're not even dealing with alternate history. We just gonna deal with the facts. The civil rights movement succeeded because of a lot of Black immigrants in it. Whether you believe it could have succeeded without them, or it could have even went even further, we didn't have the Black immigrants here, it doesn't mean anything. I don't deal in what ifs. We dealing with what happened. What happened was the civil rights movement was succeeded because we had people like Constance Baker Motley, who I would have said was the most accomplished Black woman in American history until Kamala Harris took that title when she became the vice president of the United States. Kwame Ture, formerly known as Stokely Carmichael, Harry Belafonte, Cindy Poitier, C.C. Tyson, and the list goes on. And the list goes on. But let's get back to this. Since we talking about South Africa, shout out to one of Martin Luther King's photographers. Mind you, Martin Luther King had two photographers. One was from South Africa, one was from America, and guess who was the informant? The one from America. The one from America was the informant. Matter of fact, I think I still got that video. I did a whole video about that. Because Tariq was talking about Black immigrants being informants. But yeah, let's keep it going.
stop going so hard for non-Black American politicians like Obama, Kamala.
Do you support reparations for Black people?
Well, listen, again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country.
There's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, they're not starting at the same place, and they're not starting on equal footing. It will directly benefit Black children, Black families, Black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No, because whatever benefits that Black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country. Right?
Nobody.
Right. Correct. She said nothing wrong. Nobody can still to this day explain what Kamala Harris Kamala. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Kamala. No, it's Kamala. I'm so sorry. Kamala Harris said that was wrong. Nobody can point to this day what Kamala Harris said that was wrong. No one. I'm still waiting. I am still waiting. You said she's messed up? How she's messed up? Explain. Explain how Kamala Harris is messed up. Explain it.
talking about how delineation already exists for other groups. The U.S. government already distinguishes groups in many contexts. Hispanic or Latino origin is asked separately for race, American Indian tribal citizenship, Native Hawaiian or Alaskan Native, and Asian ethnic origins like Chinese, Filipino, Indian, etc.
The problem is y'all.
The funny part about that is why y'all keep talking about what other people are doing. Why are you worrying about what other people are doing? This is the thing also that bugs me with this group. They talk about how black people are separate and distinct group, and we got a history, and our situation is unlike any other group of people's situation, right? So why are you crying about why we not named like other groups are named? And again, that's because if you actually knew your history, the Black American identity is racial. It's first and foremost racial. At times, it was only racial. It has not changed since slavery. That's why. We just see color. That's it. For the same reasons you worrying about why other groups don't got little titles like other groups, it's the same reason why we the only group that accept biracials as our people 100%. The same reason. Same reason. If you want to know why you got Chinese American and Japanese American, and they all separate that, but we just Black American, just African American, and we just Black and no separation. That's the reason. For the same reason why biracials are Black and expected to check Black no matter what they mix with, no matter what the percentages is. That's why. Oh, wait, come on. Shout out to you, Fahima. I know it. I know they distorted it. I know the way it was. I should have mentioned that. Thank you for mentioning that. The way they play those clips where Kamala Harris talking were distorted. They took the clips out of context. They took them out of context. Thank you. And they just mashed them together. Well, here we go. Let's keep going.
I don't ever want black people, black Americans, to make that distinction. Y'all don't like that. Y'all think whatever we do has to be shared amongst the whole diaspora. Why? Because we ain't got no specific name for ourselves. We call ourselves black people, then that applies to too many of y'all. And then whatever we try to make the distinction, it makes it seem like we're trying to start a diaspora war. No, if you can say this is Haitian history, Jamaican history, we can say that this is Black American history and not try to credit the whole continent of Africa for that.
Now, what are the potential benefits?
Nobody ever did that. Nobody ever said that. Y'all making that up. Again, if Black immigrants already see you as your own separate group of people, they already see you that if that was really your goal, those are your strongest allies right there. Those are your strongest allies right there. Strongest allies right there. But you know what? You're a hate cult. And you just try to, when people push back on y'all hate, y'all try to use that to justify y'all hate. And y'all try to use that and say, well, this is what we are really just saying. Like, come on now. Shout out to the hood mistress in the building. Exactly. Black is Black. Like, we don't deal in nationality. We don't deal in ethnicity. You know why we don't? Because our identity never changed since slavery. During slavery, nobody dealt in that. In fact, when I heard there was a time when you had tribes beefing on the plantation and people stopped that because they realized this is dumb. What are we doing? What are we doing? But let's keep it going. You're an idiot. Whatever your name is, Mook, you got the right name because you a Mook. Black is Black. Tell me one time in America it wasn't Black. Explain. Oh, you said tell the tears. I know you just want to get blocked. But anyway, explain. I'm challenging anybody. Explain. Explain one time Black wasn't just Black. Because if that was the case, then how come damn near, I would say, a third of all Black leadership is like Black immigrants? You can't make that up if Black wasn't just Black. I've been Black my whole life. As far as I saw people say Obama was just Black. Yeah, I banned him. He's out of here. He can't even come back. But let's keep going. You said it's a buffer class? You said a buffer class? What you mean buffer? Like, explain yourself. Explain yourself. Oh, you getting permanently banned? What are you talking about? Exactly. Bye, FBA tethers. Toodles. But yeah, let's keep it going.
Benefits of Black Americans deciding to delineate. We'll have accurate historical recognition, better targeted public policy, clearer reparation eligibility, improved demographic research, stronger preservation of our heritage, and overall greater visibility of our legacy in U.S. history.
You talk about
that's a lie. That's a lie. Like again, these people have always keep failing to show us how this delineation would benefit, and all those things you said would benefit us. That's not true. Not true at all. But let's keep it going.
Native blacks. And so that clearly sounds as if you are delineating native black versus someone that comes here from Bermuda or Jamaica or wherever they may they may come from that is black. That's right. The purpose of that is what? Because you're on the surface, it would be
look, you see how they edited this? They edited this crazy. They didn't play the beforehand when a guy read the context of him using the term native blacks. Also, again, they said they got Tariq said he got it from Claude Anderson. Cool. First of all, Claude Anderson was saying things like native blacks, and also native black American is an academic term. It's like that's a real term. Remember, that's why Tariq didn't want the term, because he couldn't, trademark it like he did FBA. But let's keep it going.
like, hey, everybody here that's black gets treated a certain way. Why are you making that delineation?
That is an excellent point, because you see, those people coming in from Jamaica or coming in from Africa, they have not been treated like black folk in this country. That's the first thing. They haven't had those historical spirits. They come in here voluntarily. When they come in here, they bring some cultural aspects from Africa. They can go back anytime they want. But the black people in this country are exceptional people. Nobody's been mistreated, maltreated like them forcefully. 1, 2, they're the only people that denied their humanity. 3, they were the only people that denied a right to enjoy the fruits of their labor. 4, they were the only people that denied the right to participate in government. 5, they were the only people that denied the right to vote. 6, they were the only people that denied the right to have an education. 7, they were the only people that denied the right to have a business. 8, they were the only people that participated in every war that this country has had since its founding, but whose mother country has never been against this country. All those immigrants come from countries where they fought America and they came in. 7, they are the oldest and most patriotic people in the country. Not the Confederates in the South. They're not the most patriotic people waving the Confederate flag. The most patriotic people in this country are black people, native black, because you see 99% of all those black have been direct descendants of slaves. They've been here before 99% of all the other people ever arrived in this country. They are special people. And because they are special people, they need to be recognized, appreciated, and reparated for what they've done in this country and building this country. They're the ones that built the bridges, the roads, cut the timber, the trees, and cleared the land, raised the tobacco, cotton, indigo. They're the people that fought to raise in every war to protect this country.
Now, what are the consequences?
Okay, now what does this have to do with the that clip you just played, which is distorted? When did he say he was ever FBA? When did he ever say he was ever ADOS? Mind you, ADOS was attacking Claude Anderson around this time. None of you FBA bozos said anything, because remember, y'all was too busy hugging Yvette Carnell's strap to defend anybody she disrespected. But what did he say there that would justify any level of xenophobia or show that he was in tune with xenophobia? Like, show me. I'm waiting.
Of us not delineating. Black Americans will remain grouped with other cultures. For example, Pan-Africanism, a diaspora full of those with different migration histories.
Pan-Africans.
In fact, I'm gonna let this dude speak so I could correct them.
And the Democratic Party are the enemies of Black America. Pan-Africans and the Democratic Party are enemies to us. They gave money to Africa. If we get reparations, they gonna have Africans sitting at the board for our money, for what we went through on this country. The Biden administration is gonna give these people billions of dollars, saying that this is a diaspora type of coalition thing. Africa never done nothing for Black Americans. The Democratic Party just like to play in our face. They've been playing our face for decades.
It'll be difficult designing policy.
Oh my God. 1, Pan-Africanism did not start in Africa. Pan-Africanism is just about having race consciousness. That's it. That's all you got to have to be. Do you recognize Black people as a race, as we all brothers and sisters in the same race? Then you are a Pan-Africanist. That's why I even came up with the concept of little PA, big PA. Little PAs is your everyday Black person in America. They see color, they see race, but they never actually verbalize themselves as a Pan-Africanist or anything like that, or a part of any Pan-Africanist group, ideology, or something like that. Those are your little PAs. The big PAs are people who call themselves Pan-Africanists. Those are people who are part of some type of Pan-Africanist project. Those are people who are part of organizations. They engage with theory. They do all these things. Those are your big PAs. Again, you don't have to want to go back to Africa to be a Pan-Africanist. You don't have to be sit around calling yourself a Pan-Africanist all day to be a Pan-Africanist. You don't have to read any books or anything like that. Do you have race consciousness? That's it. That's it. That's it. And also, what money is he talking about? What money did Biden take from black people in America to give to our Africans and let Africans be the boss of us? Like this dude is weird. So the Democrats and Pan-Africanism is our enemy. The Democratic Party, which we are the backbone of, the Democratic Party, which we have say-so in, the Democratic Party, which we have used to get all our rights, privileges, and opportunities for like the last 60 years, is the enemy. Can't make this up. Can't make this up. Not the Republican Party. Not the ones who've been fighting against our rights for the last 60 years. The ones who we got it from. Like, again, and this goes back to like what I was saying before with the horseshoe. You see how these people hate. You got lefties, also white lefties, who hate the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party is so black and black people have so much say in the party. They hate that. Just like the conservatives. But yeah, let's get back to this.
Policies aimed specifically at historical harms caused by slavery and Jim Crow. We have to realize that non-Black American politicians will not have Black Americans' best interests at heart. For example, Kamala Harris.
Even if she had always claimed to be an American Black, it's simply factual that she is not a foundational Black American. And again, that is why America has all of these provisions like affirmative action and set-asides and civil rights laws.
Look at that. Look at this nonsense. One, Ann Coulter is lying. Two, these bozos are literally bigging up Ann Coulter. Three, there's no such thing as foundational Black American. You noticed how the only people who is using their language are a bunch of racist white people. That should be a clear signal that is something wrong. Black people aren't using this language. Liberals are not using this language. Only people using this language are a bunch of racist white people, or people who are against the best interests of Black people. Only ones.
It is because of the shame and guilt about slavery and Jim Crow, both little Democratic enterprises, by the way. So it all has to be.
They were racist enterprises. You forgot that all the racists are part of the Republican Party now? Like, come on now. It's the same thing like I said before about a white person talking about, the Republicans freed the slaves while you're wearing a MAGA hat, waving a Confederate flag. You can miss me with that.
Spent on Black Americans, not on any loser with a grievance from around the world. And that's what it's become.
My ancestors come from the Caribbean, and there were slaves in the Caribbean, and we didn't qualify for this.
Wait, time out. Let me see. Somebody says the thing. You're a dummy. I just explained to you. You don't have to want to go back to Africa to be a Pan-Africanist. Duh. You don't have to. On top of that, we are the descendants of slaves from Africa, right? Enslaved people from Africa, right? We don't know which part of Africa we came from. You do know the slave trade touched every part of Africa, right? You do know through DNA testing, we have found Somali DNA. We have found Ethiopian DNA. We have found South African DNA. We have found DNA from every part of Africa. That's why intelligent Black people came up with this, say we are African American because we are the totality of Africa. We are from all parts of Africa. We're not from just one part. And we have mixed up. How many times have you ever seen somebody take a DNA test and seen that they did an ancestry report or did a DNA test and you see all their genetics from one part of Africa? You never saw it. You never saw it. You know why? Because we all mixed up. We all blended together. We're not from one part of Africa. It doesn't matter if we haven't all been tested, idiot. It's the point of the matter. Enough testing has been done to conclusively show we are not from one part of Africa. Are you one of these indigenous bozos? Let me know. I don't know what you mean by this. I'm sorry. You might have to rewrite this. I'm trying to figure out what you mean. But yeah. Okay, I'm about to put you on timeout because you just keep flipping the point. I already proved it. I'm mentioning the DNA test. So you do you think DNA is real? Yes or no? I'm about to, but I just want to make sure nobody can say I'm ducking no smoke. Because again, once I ask them that question, if you don't answer my question, I'm just gonna put them on timeout. I asked the question: do you believe DNA is real? Yes or no? That's it. But let's get back to this.
Well, here's the challenge. There are so many difficulties with trying to enact reparations, in part because the question is who gets them. Potentially, I could fall into that category.
You're not actually talking about how to fix those problems if you're only talking about reparations. If we're only debating how we're going to parcel out responsibility for something that happened more than a century ago, we're probably never going to do this. It's not clear to me why we're pursuing this.
Should the Irish get reparations, by the way? Irish need not apply signs when they came here during.
Oh my goodness. Oh, so you are one of those indigenous bozos. So that's why when you wrote that, it didn't make sense. Like, you're an idiot. You can't substantiate nothing you saying. That's the funny part. All you people who keep crying that you're indigenous, when you gonna go to court to prove it? Huh? When you gonna actually go to court and put in some real work in the real world to prove anything? So you said in and DNA is real, but you have zero nowhere. What do you mean history? Oh yeah, that's enough talking to you. Because I just asked you, was DNA real? So you're claiming you took a DNA test and nothing African popped up. You're a liar, or you're not black. Exactly. These people think they French or something. Who is we? Who is we? Who is we? Exactly. She don't even know her Caribbean side. She just be using the Caribbeanness to try to matter of fact, like I said before, she's a Jafaican. Remember, I broke down the different types of Jamaicans. Come on, Karen, what's her name? Candace Owens is a Jamaican. She's a Jamaican. She's somebody who found out later that she got some West Indian ancestry. So now she just be sitting around calling herself Caribbean, trying to ingratiate herself with racist white people to let herself be used as a human shield. That's it.
In the progressive era? I mean, how far do we want to take this down? Are we acknowledging that there are ugly spots in history? Because 60% of the world would be entitled to slave reparations if you wanted to play that game.
It's been a long, long time since we had slavery in this country. And you have people like my family. I'm black, but my family came to the United States in 1962. My parents are from Costa Rica. Do I get a check?
PXO award for this essay and something else. I can't remember another, like I ended up winning money. And the essay was, do you think black people should get reparations? And I was like, no, you didn't work for it.
It's a matter of a waste of time. We've got so much to do. Yet you have people who invest so much energy and attention on what I consider to be a dead-end idea.
We would only divide the country further. We would insult many Black Americans by
mind you, his mother is Puerto Rican. His father is from America. His father was, he even said how his father was enslaved. His father's ancestors was enslaved by Thomas Jefferson. But anyway, this is what I'm talking about with the anecdotalness. These are black people who work for the Republic, who are conservatives, who are spouting a notion that black conservatives, Native Black American conservatives have taught them. You don't think this is an ideological thing? This has nothing to do with black immigrants, because I can put together a similar compilation of black immigrants fighting for reparations, not trying to block reparations. And again, this is ideological. This has nothing to do with where they're from. They learned this stuff from black immigrants. They learned this stuff from Native Black Americans. It's your Clarence Thomas types, your Tim Scotts who taught these people this. They riding with them. They ain't saying nothing different than they saying. Like, you cannot make this up. You can't. Imagine thinking you proving something with this little nonsensical compilation. Imagine you showing a bunch of black conservatives promoting conservatism, a bunch of black Republicans pushing Republican talking points. You can't make this up.
Putting a price on the suffering of their ancestors.
There will be continued public confusion between race and ethnicity, so you'll have more people not understanding that Black American is a recognized ethnic group.
Why is it so hard to...
No, it's not. No, it's not. In fact, Black American, again, is a racial term. Black American mean the same thing as African American. The same way African American mean the same thing as black. Same way black mean the same thing as Afro American. The same way Afro American meant the same thing as Negro. Same way the Negro meant the same thing as colored. Same way colored meant the same thing as slave. They talking about the same people. It's a racial term. This is why you can't even use the term Black American in an ethnic way without first putting a modifier on it, juxtaposing it against something else, or describing what you mean. You can't do it because it's a racial term first and foremost. Always has been. I challenge anybody who claims that it's an ethnic term to show me that. Show me when it was an ethnic term. Show me when the term Black American was created as an ethnic term. Show me. I challenge you. I challenge you. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. The same way with African American. It was not created as an ethnic term.
Understand that being Black American is an ethnicity.
Like Kenyans, Nigerians, South Africans, all that I've seen have always included you guys as African, like African first. Again, from what I've seen, you guys would be considered more African than American.
Due to the history of America and what America represents, they consider everyone in America an immigrant, and they don't take account to Native Americans and then Black Americans who are indigenous to the America. No one in the America.
And you know what's also that's so funny about this? Even Tariq's stupid self know that. How many times has Tariq has said that Black American is just anybody black? Obama's a Black American. Kamala is a Black American. Governor Westmore is a Black American. That's why he said that's why we got the foundational Black American on it. See, y'all messing yourself up. You putting up this clip of this bozo using the term Black American wrong, and your YouTube daddy Tariq already told y'all that. We foundational Black Americans. We not Black American. We not Black American. Matter of fact, I think I got several videos of Tariq doing that. But we gonna see. Let's keep it going.
Is just simply African. No one in Brazil, no one in Haiti, no one in Jamaica, no one in Dominican Republic, no one in Trinidad, no one in America is simply just African. We're not African and then we're more African than American because we wouldn't exist without America and America wouldn't exist without us. Africa's a continent. Africa is not a country. Are you going around calling Jamaicans African? Are you calling Dominicans African? What is the need for Black Americans?
Do they call themselves that? Again, y'all keep phrasing this like somebody is putting this on Black people, like Black people in America with their own ethnic group, and then now somebody is coming here trying to racialize our identity. This is a lie. This is a lie. The only people who try to racialize everybody and make everybody one black people, one black group is Native Black Americans. We are the ones who tell people, all right, you Jamaican, you Haitian, you Nigerian, okay, but guess what? You in America now. And if the police pull us over, they ain't asking none of that. Oh, you in America now. If the Ku Klux Klan come through here, they're going to kill us all. You in America. They don't care about none of that. They just see Black. That's our teaching. No Jamaican came here and taught us that. That's what we've been teaching since the plantation. We've been teaching that since the plantation. The old enslaved had to teach the new enslaved that. And then when slavery ended, the old Black American had to teach the new Black American that. the new ones coming, they had to be taught that. Like, you can't make this up, man. Why people keep making it seem like other people are doing it? Like there's some invisible hand trying to force this narrative. Like it's some mystical cabal of people somewhere just sitting around saying, how we gonna make Black Americans a generic African? How we gonna do that?
Americans to be African. We're American.
And you'll also notice reduced visibility of our unique historic experience in the U.S. So we're learning more about the outsiders who are coming here than we are about ourselves.
They ban our history because Black history by definition is political. Because Black people by definition are political, right? Our history is political because every story of American greatness, every story of American exceptionalism you want to tell, here we are off to the corner. Say, how do you explain us? If all this is true, why are we here? If all this is true, how do you explain how you suppressed our right for 350 years, how you bought and sold our ancestors, how you claim to be democratizing Europe, but denying violently democracy for Black people here. So we're the most inconvenient people to the story of American exceptionalism. Right. So they want to ban our history because we give lie, we reveal the lie of this country.
They gave everything to smash. Exactly. That's a fact. That's why I said there's no such thing as American exceptionalism. There's African American exceptionalism. There's no such thing as American exceptionalism. We are the exceptional people who have done exceptional things here through it all. That's the exception. We the exceptional ones. You can't be an exceptionalist. Excuse me. You can't be exceptional, but you're trying to sabotage other people because you're afraid to compete on the even playing field. Like you can't. Wait, time out. Shout out to the Miss. Wait, that person's still here chatting? I thought they left already. I thought they left. They still here and they disrespecting people. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I see this comment. Let me put you on timeout and get you out of here. Because we don't care about that indigenous stuff. You just mad you can't prove it. You can talk that indigenous stuff online, but you can't talk it in real life. Show me that you was in the DMV claiming that you're indigenous status. Show me you doing that in school. Show me you doing that at the welfare office. Show me you doing that on a job application. I want to see it. Inquiring minds want to know. That's my new thing. Anybody telling me they indigenous, I'm like, oh, you indigenous? You Aboriginal? Did you put that on your welfare application? Did you put that on your job application? Did you put that on any government document? Oh, you didn't? Well, don't tell me about it. Are you fighting to change that? Oh, you're not? Don't tell me about that. Oh, I'm happy you said that. Exactly. That's my point. You wouldn't know somebody was from Jamaica unless they told you. If you bumped into a Black person and they was from Jamaica and they didn't speak with an accent and they didn't tell you they was Jamaican, you wouldn't know. That goes against your whole FBA ideology about how y'all can use phrenology and tell who is who. Because y'all could tell by hairlines. But anyway, let's keep this going.
The chains of slavery and preserve our nation, and they did it with incredible bravery. They helped win the Wild West, tame the skies, and save freedom in the Second World War. They're warriors. From the very beginning, Black Americans have been a vital part of the American story, helping to make this the greatest nation in the history of the world. So true.
I'm pausing that. But as you saw that, Trump is a racist who has done everything in his power to hurt Black people. All he had to do is give y'all a little pat on the head. Imagine that, and y'all love Trump now. Y'all love Trump now. This is what you can't make this up. All you got to do, that's like I said, and I'm right about that. All these bozos ever wanted was a pat on the head from the white man. That's it. That's all they ever wanted. A pat on the head. They want a pat on the head for master. That's it. That's all they ever wanted. That's all they ever wanted. That's all they ever wanted. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's see what else we want to get into. Yeah, I guess after 12 again. Let me see. Nah. Is East Coast Kev in the building? I don't think if he ain't in the building, because again, he requested this, and I don't like to do stuff that people request and they not in the building. Oh, I don't like to do that. Let me see something else. Matter of fact, I know what we can talk about now. I just saw this. I was gonna cover it on its own, but I want to see what he has to say about this also. I just remembered. Shout out to myself for remembering this. Shout out to myself for remembering this. For all you who don't know, Little Boosie is now suing because he paid for a presidential pardon and he didn't even get it. Shout out to Lee in the building. Make sure y'all get these likes up. Support the stream any way you can, family. Let's get to it.
Yes. Boosie Badass sues after paying $600,000 for a Trump pardon that never materialized. Okay. Thank you, TMZ. Now I've killed all the damn epileptics in my community. Boosie Badass says he paid big money for a presidential pardon, but now he's claiming all he got was a massive bill and an empty promise, and he wants a big refund. According to a bombshell notice report, the rapper is taking legal action against political operatives Jacob Wohl and Jack Berman after allegedly shelling out $600,000 to help secure a pardon from Trump. Okay, so he went to a middleman. He went through a middleman. Gotcha. They say Boosie, whose legal name is Torrance Hatch, struck a deal with the pair last fall after they pitched themselves as having major pull inside Trump's orbit. This is actually the only way to achieve class mobility in this day and age, convincing a D-tier rapper that you are the ticket to getting a direct pardon from Trump. Did he even have a federal charge, or did they grift this guy out of $600K after he caught a state charge that Trump doesn't?
Time out. I just clicked on somebody. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, you already know Boosie. Yeah, that is crazy. No, it's so funny. I'm trying to figure out, like, matter of fact, let me keep playing because I didn't follow this. All I heard is Boosie was suing some people who claimed to have connections to Trump for a pardon. So let's see. Did Boosie have federal case? I think he did. Yeah, because Boosie caught a federal gun charge. If I'm not mistaken, he got a federal gun charge. So yeah, let's look into this.
Even have the ability to pardon. Boosie claims they were so confident they acted like they had POTUS on speed dial. Things allegedly escalated on New Year's Day. You would like Bookie? Bookie? You mean Boosie? Boosie? He's homophobic as fuck, but has zero filter about his IBS and financial trouble, so it all evens out. Really? This guy has financial trouble and is a homophobe? He's also a pedophile, paid strippers to rape his son to prevent him from being gay. I remember that story. I've heard about this story.
Boosie is not a pedophile. We will not allow Boosie slander. He is not a pedophile.
Yeah. I remember this. Claims he paid for sex for his 14-year-old son. I remember this. Yep. Was this what he was trying to get a pardon for? What was the crime? The other fact is Boosie's quest for a pardon was made much tougher by an arrest for an alleged crime of violence in Texas earlier this year. We tried very, very hard. The report says a White House official flatly denied the duo had any role in the pardon process, saying the clemency team had never heard from Wohl or Brookman and warning their involvement would actually hurt someone's chance to get a pardon. I like how the White House isn't even like denying that they sell pardons. They're just saying, yeah, this one didn't go through. They're like, listen, if you keep Boy Who Cried Wolfing our pay for pardons, our fucking indulgences, then you're going to ruin it for everyone, okay? What was the crime? Oh, federal gun case. Okay, so it was a...
See, I was right. It was a federal gun case. But yeah, federal gun case. But yeah, like he said, Trump does sell pardons. Let's not get that confused. The Trump administration does sell pardons, so nobody can't call Boosie stupid for this. Can't call him stupid for this because the Trump administration is out here selling pardons. He just got finessed He went to the wrong middleman. That's it. He went to the wrong middleman. That's all. But yeah, let's keep it going.
Federal case. That's fucking funny. You say he's up front with his financial troubles? I did just see, I don't know if it was like a podcast or something or what podcast it was, but it was an athlete being like, yeah, man, I made $100 million for a 5-year contract. But after the mansions and the cars and everything, and after buying every one of my family a Rolls Royce, I only got like 20 million left. You think that's enough or something? I love that. My favorite genre of like 50 IQ musician / athlete posting. Really good stuff. Help me balance my budget. $50 million per year on candles. Buy less candles? No. Never. Absolutely not. I refuse. Boosie. Badass. What a stupid fucking name. Boosie responds to 600K pardon frauds.
Oh, here go Bosch with his social racism. But let's keep it going.
Scammer. Boosie badass. Daily hustle counts 100K plus. Boosie goes off. There's no way I'd blow 1 million in 3 months that took me years to make. Part 42. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend I know shit about anything. Next, you're going to talk about World Star. Well, the video we did with Caleb Hammer did pretty well. I guess like there is, no matter what your political affiliation, everyone gets a little bit of schadenfreude of seeing retards mismanage their finances because it makes you feel better about yours. You're like, oh, I spent $82 on a DoorDash order that would have cost me like $27 to get from there and $10 to make it home. But at least I'm not this guy, you know? Hey, Caleb, but fuck the people in a show, the dumbest people on the planet. Yeah. They need the entire state of Argentina on Caleb Hammer's show. Do you think that'd get good views? Yes, a single Fortnite V-Buck is worth more than 1 Argentine peso. Hell yeah, brother. It's going to be like the capital of WoW gold farming pretty soon, the way their currency is going. This shit's crazy, man. I swear to God, they run this shit out there to make people fucking sympathetic for cops.
Oh, that's enough of that. He's not talking about Boosie no more. Let's see if we can find somebody else talking about Boosie, or let's see if we can find Boosie talking about himself. I just wanted to see how Vosh was going to cover that because I knew he was going to, he was going to do a Vosh and there's going to be anti-blackness in it. But yeah, I just want y'all to know that Trump sells pardons. He sells pardons. You see, he sells pardons. It's just that Boosie got finesse. He got finesse. Let's look at this right here. Let's look at this right here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's see. Here we go. Back to sharing.
Boosie badass paid a bunch of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, because, well, he wanted a party. Okay. It looks to have backfired. So he's now suing the firm who should have represented him according to the allegation. Put it up full mask. According to the New Republic, rapper Boosie Badass is naming more names after he was allegedly scammed out of $600,000 for a presidential pardon that never came. Before I get into the rest of this story, do you remember under Trump 1, when Giuliani was noted as saying that you can buy a pardon? I think at that time they were going for $2 million and Rudy could keep $1 million and Trump would keep the other $1 million. Okay. That's when we first heard about this scheme.
Yes, we know Trump was selling pardons. He been selling pardons. This is nothing new. Nothing new. Oh, shout out to Fahima. Oh, that's what he's suing for? He's suing for a return on his dollar. But they never even talked to the Trump administration about it. They never did. They just was finessing him. Because they would have charged Boosie way more than $600,000 anyway. They just finessed him. They put that money in their pocket. Finessed. But let's keep it going.
Basically pay to play as it relates to pardons. It was through Giuliani. All right. It was through Giuliani. Trump 2, this has not really been a secret that Trump we'll give you a pardon based on the price tag, which means companies that represent themselves to be in the know, they have the right relationship, they can make it happen. It would not seem unbelievable given the fact that this has been an ongoing narrative pay to play scheme from the Trump administration, period. All right. So according to the New Republic, he got scammed. All right. Possibly got scammed. Badass, whose legal name is Torrance Hatch. Mr. Hatch named a slew of right-wing politicians and commentators who may have been involved. Now, I'm going to tell you the names he gave. Laura Loomer, Erica Kirk, Mike Johnson, Nancy Mace, Andy Biggs, and others. Can the names above please make a truthful statement about having contact or no contact with Berkman in whole about my pardon process? $600,000 was taken from me with your names mentioned in emails by these people. Thanks.
Yeah. They finessed you, Boosie. They sold, yeah. Shout out to Justin March. That money gone. They finessed you, Boosie. They sold you a dream. They sold you a dream. Of course they was name dropping. That's how the finesse work. We gonna name drop. We gonna say, oh, we know this one, we know that one. Oh, this one is cool. Oh, I just spoke to that one, knowing damn well they never spoke to these people. Boosie got rain made, y'all. They rain made Boosie. For all you who don't know, that's from The Wire. They rain made Boosie, man. Boosie got rain made. I wish I could play that clip. I wonder if I could play that clip without getting boomed. They rain made him.
Laura Loomer posted in response, I'm sorry, who? I'm sorry. Loomer also wrote, quote, I don't get involved in this type of work. I have no idea what you're talking about. No offense, but I also have no idea who you are and have never heard of your case. Seems like Berkman is using people's name without permission to get business. That's also not how the pardon process works. You can't pay for a pardon. Not sure who told you that's how it works. Well, Trump did by way of Giuliani. Trump won. And the fact that other people have said the same damn thing. Or the fact that money has gone to Trump and then all of a sudden, magically, somebody in that family gets a pardon. Well, they bought a dinner for $1 million or something like that. And then a pardon comes. Loomer, that's how he got the idea. All right. Okay. Details of the payment. So Boosie made a $600,000 payment, according to the allegation, to Jacob Wohl and Jack Berkman of J.M. Berkman and Associates last year in hopes of expediting a pardon request from Trump. Hatch was seeking a pardon after pleading guilty to possessing a loaded weapon in a 2023 music video. Hatch alleges that Jacob and Jack Berkman, both far-right conspiracy theorists and convicted felons, told his lawyer that this list of people had endorsed Hatch, Boosie, for a pardon. Mr. Hatch also claimed that the two men called his lawyer on New Year's Day, to say that Trump had signed a pardon for him and would announce it soon.
Oh my God, they finessed Boosie bad. I bet you Boosie lawyer is the one who put them on. He probably said, oh, we got one. His lawyer probably called them and said, yo, y'all, what y'all gonna do is y'all gonna come out here, y'all gonna come to me, like y'all represent the Trump administration, like y'all got pulled like that. Y'all gonna come and y'all gonna tell me, hey, I got a pardon for you. And then I'm gonna present it to Boosie, like, hey, Boosie, these guys just told me that if you give them some money, they can pardon you. I believe that's what happened. It was the overplay for the underplay. Boosie didn't see it coming. They lined him. His lawyer was in on it. I bet you his lawyer got a piece of that money. He probably got the big cut too, because he's the one who put them up to doing it. I could see it now.
No such thing ever happened. And he is now demanding they repay half of his initial payment. I think Boosie Badass is being quite reasonable for all.
Oh, look, I didn't even watch this. He asking for half back. You know why I think he asking for half back? Because that $300K went to the lawyer. It went to the lawyer. So the lawyer was like, well, if I negotiate this for you, Boosie, you know this is kind of like sketchy. I could get in trouble. If I'm going to do this for you, I need a fee. So the lawyer took $300,000 to do the negotiation. And then he told him that the other $300,000 went to them. The lawyer did this. The lawyer set this up, bro. The lawyer set this up. All right. They came to me with the proposition, but I got to get paid if I'm going to middleman this. And I'm going to need at least half that. And Boosie went for it. Because remember, like he just said earlier with Giuliani was doing the pardons, but it was like you give $2 million, Giuliani keep one, Trump get the other. So they probably told him like, yo, you know, this is how it works. I got to get half and then the other half go over there. Oh my God. They got Boosie. They got him.
Only asking for half of his money back. The White House told notice they never received said pardon request. And the two gentlemen said they would not be paying Mr. Hatch back. Quote, hey, Lil Bootsy, I don't privately advocate for pardons nor accept money to do so. I do promote pardons publicly with full transparency, wrote Mike Chenovich, one of the commentators that Hatch named. Quote, nothing against you, but never recommended a pardon for you, nor even knew you wanted one, end quote. Where things get more interesting is the fact that Jack and Jacob reportedly have a history of shady dealings in Washington specifically. Their most recent offense happened in 2022 when they both pled guilty in Ohio to, quote, running an illegal robocall campaign that allegedly targeted Black voters, end quote. They later paid $1.25 million to settle the case.
Oh, look, not only are they scammers, they racist. They racist. Oh, man, they lying you, Boosie. They lying you. And now they saying that they mind you, they not denying that you gave them money, and they not denying that there was talks of pardons. They just saying that, well, you misunderstood us. We only advocate, you pay us to advocate for a pardon for you. That's what we do. That's our job. You're paying us to advocate on your behalf. We never said we can guarantee you getting a pardon. We didn't say you give us the money and then we pay for the pardon. We never said that. That's what they trying to argue right now. Oh, man. Oh, man, this is crazy. Boosie going outside. I would have just held this down. I wouldn't even have told nobody I got finessed like this. I wouldn't even have told nobody I got finessed like this. They finessed you out of $600K. The funny part is you probably could have went to Trump and got this done for no money. You could have probably did an Instagram live and like, somebody get this to Trump. Somebody get this to Trump. I need a pardon. I ain't do nothing wrong. What about the Second Amendment? You gave Kodak a pardon. You gave Lil Wayne a pardon. Give me a pardon. I bet you Trump would have gave him a pardon. Just clout chasing, Trump would have gave him a pardon. Just off the clout chase, Trump would have given him a pardon. Just off the clout chase. Nah, Lee, this ain't Proposition Joe. This is Clarence Davis. Clarence Davis. Oh, shout out to Fahima. They said that's probably why he asking for the 50% back, because that's in the deal that if they don't get what they supposed to get, you get a 50% back. But I'm pretty sure the lawyer was in on it and he took 50% of that money either way. I'm pretty sure the lawyer is the one who launched this, because why of all people would they be thinking about Boosie or know about a Boosie gun case? Somebody had to put them on like, yo, we got one. Boosie probably was talking about how he ready to pay for a pardon, or he'll pay anything, tell his lawyer saying, make this case go away. I pay anything. And the lawyer was like, that light bulb went off. Boop. Boop. He got a light bulb and it went off in his head. Shout out to everybody in the building. Yep. I can't believe this. Oh, I just saw this. Somebody asked, do I take call-ins? Yeah, I'm about to start taking call-ins. I'm not taking none tonight, but I'm probably gonna start doing that. Just people ask for the link and I'll shoot it to them. And we can talk about whatever. Yes, that's all Boosie had to do. All Boosie had to do when he saw all those people backing out like Trump. I'll perform for you. I'll perform. Trump would have gave him a pardon. Remember, Trump, that's how Kodak Black got his pardon. Trump just clout chasing. Somebody probably heard about Kodak Black and Trump was like, oh, I could pardon him clout chasing. Or Lil Wayne. I'm pretty sure Wayne or Kodak didn't pay for that. And if they did, I bet you they went through somebody else. Remember, the issue is not that Trump is not selling pardons. It's that he went through the wrong person. That's it.
For that, the men allegedly plotted to plant false sexual assault allegations against special counsel Robert Mueller, according to a 2018 report from CNN. There's your update. Boosie, I hope you get your money back because these cats don't seem to be on the up and up based on the narrative from the list of friends they provided to you.
They definitely not on the up and up. They
Initial
talk about
payment.
They definitely not on the up and up. That's crazy. They gonna scam Boosie like that. Scam Boosie like that. You can't make this up. How Boosie get caught out there like that? This is insane. But shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. Dag. It's about to be 1 o'clock. I don't know. Should we try to go do another one? Could we try another one? Nah. Yes, Boosie got bamboozled, man. Nah, I don't think Boosie is a Republican shill. Nah. He not a Republican shill. He just got bamboozled. He just got caught lacking. That's it. He just got caught lacking. That's it. Got caught lacking. They both look like crooks, but especially the first guy. Yes, he definitely does. He definitely does. Yeah, he pardoned Kodak like 2 times. You're right. But anyway, yeah, we about to get up out of here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Yes, they as I said, this was a play. How did they even know Boosie? How would they even know about Boosie's trial? How would they even know that Boosie would even be ready to pay for a pardon? How? You know how they found out? He probably was talking to his lawyer, and his lawyer said, ding, 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 ding. We got one. And called them up. Yeah, but you remember, like they said on The Wire, when Stringer Bell tried to go get Slim Charles to go hit Clay Davis. Slim Charles too smart for that. He too smart for that. He too smart for that. He too smart for that. What is this bozo talking about? Let me just ban you. Let me see. Ban. Weird ass nigga. Get out of here. But anyway, we about to get up out of here. It's getting late. Sorry, family. I promise I'm gonna try to start tomorrow early. I promise. But anyway, let's shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you support me any way you can. Thanks everybody for supporting me. Shout out to Justin March for gifting 1 membership. Appreciate you, bro. Much appreciated. Thank you for gifting that 1 membership. Shout out to Justin March again for coming through with the $2. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. He set it off tonight. Shout out to That's Amazing for coming through with the $5. Shout out to Monty Burner for coming through with the gifts. And shout out to Tina because she gave me a super thanks on one of my videos that I uploaded before. I was waiting for her to come in the building and shout her out. Shout out to everybody who came through. You already know, family. If you want to support the stream, best way to do it: PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. I take it all. Whole lot of ones beat a whole lot of nuns any day of the week. Also, you can support with a comment, a like, a share. That's all support. Hitting that reaction heart, that's a support. Shout out to Brandon in the building, coming through with the fire emoji. That's support. Thank you. That's support. That's support. See, comments are support. Reaction hearts are support. So shout out to everybody who participated tonight and supported. Much appreciated. Thanks everybody for coming through. Hopefully again, today we can start early. But yeah, I'll see y'all later. Thank you. And on that note, family, good night, good evening, good afternoon, good all that stuff. Wherever you at, whatever you got going on. Peace.